This video is for general information only and isn't a substitute for advice from your GP, pharmacist, or dietitian. Always speak to a healthcare professional before starting any supplements, especially if you're taking prescription medicines. Are vitamins something you need to think about when you're on a GLP-1 medicine like semaglutide or liraglutide? It's a really common question, and today we're going to walk through what the evidence actually says. These medicines are being prescribed more and more across the UK, both for type 2 diabetes and for weight management. And because they work partly by reducing your appetite and slowing digestion, it's worth understanding what that might mean for your nutritional intake over time. So how do GLP-1 medicines actually work? They mimic a natural hormone in your gut that's released when you eat. They help regulate blood sugar, slow down how quickly your stomach empties, and extend that feeling of fullness after meals. All of that is therapeutically useful, but it also means many people end up eating smaller portions and sometimes a less varied diet. And that's where nutrition becomes something worth paying attention to. Now, the important thing to say up front is this. There is no blanket recommendation for everyone on a GLP-1 medicine to start taking supplements. What's recommended instead is an individualized approach. Your doctor or healthcare professional looking at your diet, your health history, and your blood test results to figure out what, if anything, you actually need. That said, there are a few nutrients that tend to come up more often in these conversations. Vitamin B12 is one to be aware of, particularly if you're also taking metformin. Both metformin and GLP-1 medicines can affect B12 status through different mechanisms. So if you're on both, it's worth discussing B12 monitoring with your clinician. Vitamin D is another one. The NHS already recommends that most UK adults consider taking 10 micrograms of vitamin D daily, especially between October and March when sunlight exposure is limited. This applies broadly, not just to people on GLP-1 therapy, but it's still worth factoring in. Calcium and iron are also worth keeping on your radar, particularly if your overall food intake has reduced significantly or your diet has become less varied since starting treatment. So, what should you actually do with this information? The most useful step is to have an open conversation with your healthcare professional. Ask whether a nutritional assessment or blood tests might be appropriate for you. If you're eating much less than before, or your diet has changed considerably, that's worth flagging. And please don't start taking supplements without guidance. More isn't always better, and some supplements can interact with medicines or affect how your body absorbs nutrients. On the safety side, there are a few situations where you should seek medical help promptly. If you're experiencing persistent vomiting, signs of dehydration, or you simply can't keep food or fluids down while on a GLP-1 medicine, contact your GP or call NHS 111. Severe or persistent abdominal pain is also something to take seriously. Seek urgent help or call 999 if you're very unwell, as this can occasionally indicate a more serious side effect. To bring it all together, GLP-1 medicines can reduce appetite and food intake, which may affect nutritional status in some people. There's no one-size-fits-all supplement recommendation. It should be guided by your own health picture, ideally with blood tests. And certain nutrients like B12, vitamin D, calcium, and iron are worth discussing with your healthcare professional, especially if your diet has changed significantly. If you found this helpful, leave a comment below. We'd love to know what topics you'd like us to cover next. And if you haven't already, give this video a like and subscribe to the Bolt Pharmacy channel for more evidence-based health content.